Hello guys, welcome to another lesson. This lesson is the continuation of Unit 2. We are going to do some exercises that we didn't do in our last class. So this one is from page 18 and 19 from your student book. Okay? Right. First exercise is exercise number 3. Complete the sentence with the correct modal verb. Remember we studied modal verbs. And modal verbs, they are divided in different ones. They are divided in modal for ability, possibility, and deduction, advice, obligation, prohibition, lack of obligation, and the ones from the past, possibility, deduction, and regret or criticism. This information you have in your book on page 18, okay? And you can also watch classes number 3 and 4. They talk about this unit, okay? So first exercise here, we have an example. Lawyers must have a college degree. So here guys, I'm using must because it's an obligation. So if you wanna work as a lawyer, you have the obligation to have a college degree. That's why I'm using must, okay? So number 1, you drive through a red light. It's illegal. So here you cannot, there is a prohibition for you to do it. So you must not drive through a red light. Number 2, if you are worried about the exam, you tell your teacher. So I'm giving you an advice for you to do. So you should, that's my advice to tell, you should tell your teacher. Okay, number 3, I do my homework. I've already finished it. So there is no need, there is no necessity, you don't have to. Lack of obligation. Number 4, we get on the plane because we don't have our ticket. So there is no possibility for us to go to get on the plane. So we can't go on the plane, or you couldn't go because we didn't if it was in the past. Okay, next one. Okay guys, exercise number 4, choose the correct answer to complete the sentence. Sorry everyone, I can't find the tickets. I might have left them behind. So here in the example, I'm using might have because there is a possibility that I had forgotten my ticket. Okay, so number 1, Tubbs being in Australia for 10 months now. He found a job there. If somebody is being there in a country for 10 months, perhaps I'm predicting that there is a possibility that he have found a job. So that's why I'm thinking if I should mark this one, I would go for letter C, must have, because that sounds deduction of something. Yes. Number 2, Emma's shoes are hurting her feet. She wore more comfortable shoes. Here we have somebody called Emma. She is wearing a shoe or some shoes that are hurting, are not good for her feet, right? So I'm giving her an advice that she perhaps could have been using a different one, a more comfortable shoes. So advice, probably it's letter B, should have worn more comfortable ones. Number 3, oh dear, Joe is back from his date early. It gone well. If John, somebody is mentioning that he's back from a meeting or a date a bit early, than they would, or this person would expect. Perhaps, maybe there is a possibility that the date didn't go well. So that's why I'm saying letter C. It can have gone well. I'm thinking, I'm considering the possibility of this date not went well or didn't go well. Okay? Number 4. I don't know if Mr. White is still in his office. He gone home already. So in this case here, there is a probability or a possibility that this guy here, Mr. White, left the office, because I don't really know. I don't know for sure. So I will go for he may have gone home early. All right. All right, guys. Here in exercise number 6 on page 19, we have to use the modal perfects. Okay, so here we have some words in the blue box that I need to fit. And remember, for the modal perfects, you have to have 3 verbs. Okay, you have the auxiliary verb, which will be one of the modal verbs. You have the word has or have. Sorry, you have the word have. And you have a third verb, which is the main verb. And this one will be a past participle verb. Regular form, ed. Irregular form, you have to check in the third column of the list of irregular verbs. Okay, let's keep going. So here I have the text. People have often wondered what happened to Rob after we left high school. We knew he couldn't have gone to college because he failed all his classes and didn't graduate. My mother thought he for his parents in their store. Here we have the word work. I think that works well there because we are talking about stores, shops, yes. So remember, we need the modal verb, we need the word have, and we need the main verb in the past participle. Let's see how it's gonna be. Could have worked. All right, very good. I thought he, number 2, to a different state. So different state, different estado. Yes, Paraná, Rio Grande do Sul, Santa Catarina. So of course here I'm talking about Brazil. Yes. So we are thinking about the possibility that he has moved somewhere. So he might have moved because he hated Florida. Another reason that he moved, right? Then 3 months ago, I saw him on TV. At first, I thought a mistake. So I saw him on TV. So there's one word here which is mistake. When you commit a mistake in English, you don't say that, you say you make a mistake. So I'm looking for the verb to help me, and the continuation, the complement to connect with the main verb. So must have made a mistake, but it wasn't. He was holding a Grammy, so I realized that a musician. This word here, he transformed himself in something. So he must have become a musician, right? So become is an irregular verb. You have to check in the list, 30 column of irregular verbs. Last month I saw him again getting out of a limo at the airport. There were screaming girls everywhere. His fans. they may have been his fans. There is a possibility, yes. But he walked right past me. He passed, he walked. So probably did not recognize the person. He can't have recognized me. Otherwise, he would have said hello, wouldn't he? Maybe I should have said hello to him. So I'm giving an advice for myself. Yes, I should have said hello to him. All right. I understand this one is a bit more difficult to do it, right? Especially if you don't have an intermediate to advanced level of English, you would struggle a bit, but it's all right. We learn from making mistakes. I hope you have done it before I've corrected. Then you are good if you make mistakes and you learn from that one. All right, let's move on. All right, guys. Exercise number 7. I need to use modal verbs or modal perfects for this one. So the combination of we are going to use both of them, right? It depends on the sentence. I need to analyze it. There might be more than one possibility for this one, so be careful with this one. Not only one answer is only the correct one. There are a bunch of possibilities. I'm gonna give you all the possibilities here in this exercise. Okay, so number 1, I babysit my little brother tonight. My parents are going out, so they asked me, right, in a more strong way. So it's an obligation. That's why I need to use must or have to. Number 2, Mel thought over all her options. She made a bad choice. I'm using deduction. I'm predicting that she could have thought in a different way, but she did not. So that's why I'm using can't have. Yeah, she can't have thought. All right. Number 3, Tom go to college, but he hasn't decided yet. So here in this one, I'm using 3 possibilities. Yes, because I'm talking about possibility. Yeah, Tom might, may, or could go to college. So there is a possibility that he could, may, or might go to college. Right? Number 4, you seen Kelly yesterday. She's in Italy. So here I'm using a modal perfect. One, because the verb seen before Kelly tells me that is a third verb in the sentence. So I need just to fit here the modal verb that is necessary for this one plus the word have, right? So you can't have seen, or there is you can't have seen Kelly yesterday. You can't have seen Kelly yesterday. She's in Italy, right? Next one, number 5. Alex go to the party because his cousins were visiting. So he couldn't go to the party. Why did I use could not here? Because he there is because it was not possible for him to go. So we here working the model for possibility. Number 6, I met Tom before. I'm not sure. So here I have a third verb here, right? And I'm gonna highlight this one here, met, and the same as seen here, and the same as thought. They are all verbs in the past participle, right? When I'm using verbs in the past participle, I know that I'm using modal perfects. So number 6, I may or might or could, and then I have the word have, all right? So there are 3 possibilities here. I have the possibility to use could. I have the possibility to use might. Yeah, I have the possibility to use may. So I might met Tom before. I might have met Tom before, but I'm not sure. Next one. 7. You text while driving. So here I'm talking about prohibition, right? So you mustn't text while driving because it's illegal. Okay, I hope you got this one. Let's move on. Alright guys, the last part here, correct the errors in the sentences. Okay, this is from this unit number 2, right? So we have the first sentence here. When I worked in a cafe, I must wear a uniform. It was the rule. So I could use must if the whole sentence was in the present, but the sentence is in the past. Work it was, right? So I have to use, instead of using a modal verb that represents the past, the present, or something that is an ability, a possibility in the present, I have to use something that represents the past. So I'm replacing must for had to. Okay. Number 2, Raphael was rude to me. He should apologize it. One of the rules of using modal verb is that it's followed by a second verb. Apologize is a verb. The only problem here is this verb could not be in the past. It has to be infinitive. So that's the reason we have a problem here. So apologize should be the correct word. And number 3, I could have given you the answer. I didn't know it myself. So I could have given you the answer. I didn't know it myself. If you didn't know, you how could you give the answer? So I'm considering that this one is incorrect. So I could not give you the answer. I could not have given you the answer because I didn't know it myself. Okay, guys?